G'day folks, in today's video we're going to talk about the Mavic Air 2 and the new DJI Mini 2. We're going to talk about some of the benefits of each drone and maybe perhaps help you decide which one is right for you. There are many things to consider, such as price and feature set. Now the decision is a tough one, especially now that the new Mini 2 has been brought closer spec-wise to the Mavic Air 2. There's really a lot to consider. So let's just jump right in and take a closer look. I just want to start this video by saying that I don't want to talk about which drone is better than the other. Of course, the Mavic Air 2 beats out the DJI Mini 2 on almost every aspect when it comes to specs, but I think the more important questions you need to ask yourself first before you decide what drone you're going to purchase is, first of all, price. What is your budget? The next thing you should ask yourself is, do you want to register it with the government? And depending where you live in the world, perhaps even have a license. So let's talk about price first. After all, that dictates everything in life that we purchase. The base package of the Mavic Mini is $419. The base package of the Mavic Air 2 is $799. The Fly More combo of the Mavic Mini is $559, and the Fly More combo of the Mavic Air 2 is $998. Now these prices are coming from the Canadian DJI store, so depending on what country you live in, of course that could be different. So when you take a look at those numbers, the DJI Mini 2 is about half the price of the Mavic Air 2. So that is a big number, and that's definitely something to consider when purchasing a drone. If you're a person who's just going to be flying once in a while recreationally, you may not want to invest $1,000 plus on a drone. Something like the Mavic Mini may be more than enough for you and fulfill everything you need. Now on top of that, you have to consider some extras that you may consider purchasing for your drone. For example, let's take a look at some batteries here. If you want to purchase spare batteries for your Mavic Air 2, you're looking at $115 US. Whereas the DJI Mini 2, the spare batteries are only $55. Again, you're looking at about half the price. So you can load up with a lot more batteries with the DJI Mini 2. So budget and price is really the first thing you need to consider. Now the next thing is actually quite important. In most countries around the world, I can't speak for every country because I don't know all the rules and regulations of every country, but a lot of countries, any drone that's over 249 grams has to be registered with the government. I'll give you some examples here in Canada. In Canada, any drone over 250 grams, you have to register with Transport Canada. On top of that, here in Canada, if you want to fly a drone over 249 grams, you have to write a written test. Basically, you have to get a drone pilot certificate. So with the two drones here in front of me, with the Mavic Mini, because it's 249 grams, you don't have to register it with the government, with Transport Canada, and you don't have to get a pilot certificate. With the Mavic Air 2, because it is over 249 grams, you do have to register it with the government, and you do have to get a pilot certificate. So that is something definitely huge to consider. And especially with things like remote ID looming on the horizon, that could make flying a drone under 250 grams a little more appealing. But there's a more important aspect of the weight, and that is if you're a tourist and you're wanting to take your drone to other countries to fly and capture content. Sometimes that 249 gram is the magic number that will allow you to fly in other countries. Again, I'm going to use Canada here as an example. At 249 grams, again, like I mentioned, you have to register your drone and you have to have a pilot certificate. Now, those options are only available to Canadian citizens. So if you're a tourist coming over from the US, you cannot bring a Mavic Air 2 over and fly it. And that's because you can't write the test and you can't register it. Your only option is to fly with something like the DJI Mini 2 or the Mavic Mini, the original Mavic Mini. Now, of course, there are different waivers you can get as a tourist, but it's very complex and it can be expensive. So as you can see in a situation like that, as a tourist, having a drone that's under 250 grams is definitely an advantage. As a travel vlogger, the Mavic Air 2 might be worthless to you because you can't take it to certain countries. It's like that old saying, the best camera is the one that you have with you. So in my opinion, those are the first two things that you should consider: the price, what you want to spend, and whether you want to register it with the government. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about some of the pros and cons of each drone and some of the features and which ones shine at what. Let's start with the new DJI Mini here. As mentioned, it's a small and compact drone. That makes traveling with it, hiking with it, backpacking, all those activities much easier with a small and lightweight drone. You can literally fit this thing in a coat pocket and you wouldn't even hardly know it's there. So that makes it a great choice for many people, especially now that the new upgraded model offers 4K and 100 megabit video recording. That 4K recording allows you to capture brilliant, sharp content without having a big, bulky drone. If you're a thru hiker, you know every ounce counts, and that is something that you would probably take into consideration over a larger drone like the Mavic Air 2. Now, another feature that makes the DJI Mini 2 great for travelers is that it's now chargeable by USB-C. So chances are if you're traveling, you're going to have a USB-C cable with you. A lot of the devices we bring with us are USB-C, but that also allows you to charge it from a power bank. You cannot charge the Mavic Air 2 batteries from a power bank. So if you're a person, say, doing some camping and you're off-grid, you could bring a couple power banks with you and keep your DJI Mini 2 charged up. And on top of that, I've actually been doing some testing with it. You can actually charge it up from a solar panel. On a nice bright sunny day, this thing puts out enough power that you can actually charge the DJI Mini 2. Again, so the ability to be able to charge your drone with solar power makes it a great travel option. And let's go back to batteries again. We already talked about the price difference of these, but look at the size difference. One of these Mavic Air 2 batteries is about 3 of these DJI Mini 2 batteries. So again, if you're backpacking, hiking, traveling, you can bring more battery power with you without taking up a lot of space in your pack or your luggage. The charging options, the small portable form factor, smaller batteries, these are definitely some things to consider when deciding which drone is right for you. Another nice feature of the DJI Mini 2 is that it's quite a bit quieter than the Mavic Air. The Mavic Air is nice and quiet as well, don't get me wrong, it's not an overly loud drone by any means, but when the DJI Mini 2 is up in the air, you can barely hear it, and that can be important for a number of different reasons. A lot of people have such a negative opinion of drones, and when you're at a park flying, you want a drone that's not going to draw too much attention to you. Sometimes you get people that get a little irritated that you're flying drones, but with a drone like this, when it's up in the air, most people aren't even going to know you're flying it. If you're a person who will be flying in public parks a lot with other people around, you might want to consider a smaller and quieter drone, and that way you can fly peacefully without getting interrupted. Now, another interesting feature of the DJI Mini 2 is that it actually has better GPS connectivity than the Mavic Air 2. In addition to the regular satellite systems that the Mavic Air 2 and the original Mavic Mini connected to, the DJI Mini 2 can now make use of the Galileo satellite system. So that allows it to connect to more satellites, and not only can it connect to more satellites, it does it a little bit faster. Now, just a few other quick notes here in case you're not aware. The upgraded DJI Mini 2 now has 4K video at 100 megabits per second, and on top of that, it now supports DJI Ocusync. So you're going to get good quality video, you're going to have a nice solid connection that you can fly a lot farther with. So as you can see, this tiny little drone is quite powerful and a really compelling buy. Now, with all that said, the Mavic Air 2 has some pretty incredible features that might make it a better choice for you. First off, let's talk about the live feed from the drones to the controller. The Mavic Air 2 can send a live stream back to your controller at either 1080 or 720. You have the option to use either or. And on top of that, the bitrate is at 40, so it's a good quality feed. Compared to the DJI Mini 2, the feed is only a maximum of 720. And on top of that, the bitrate is only 8. So it's highly compressed and the details in the feed are not as sharp. Now, with the flying that I have done so far, I haven't really noticed that to be too much of a problem. But definitely you do have a much nicer feed with the Mavic Air 2. So when it comes to quality of video and photos, the Mavic Air 2 has a 1/2-inch sensor, so that is bigger than what's available on the DJI Mini 2. You can record video at 4K 60, and the bitrate is 120 compared to 100 on the DJI Mini 2. On top of that, you can capture your video in HDR, which you're not able to do on the DJI Mini 2. So those are some things that you may want to consider. The video quality is going to be a little bit higher because of that higher bitrate, and you have a little bit more flexibility with HDR and 60 frames per second. Another big advantage of the Mavic Air 2 is that we have obstacle avoidance. You can see we have sensors at the front, 2 on the back there, and then on the bottom. The DJI Mini 2 only has 2 sensors there on the bottom. So the Mavic Air 2 will give you a little bit of peace of mind that you're not going to run into any obstacles. It also has APAS that can help you find a safe route around an obstacle automatically. Another little feature of the Mavic Air 2, we have an LED light on the bottom. The DJI Mini 2 does not have that. It's not a massive feature by any means, but it does really help at night when you're coming into land. It helps you see your drone quite a bit easier up in the sky. Now, one of the big features that the Mavic Air 2 has that is not available on the DJI Mini 2, and that is the intelligent flight modes. Things like active track, point of interest, and spotlight. And for some people, drones that do not have those features are a deal breaker. For myself, I'm not a person who really uses active track, but the point of interest and spotlight is really nice. It's a great feature. Those are features that I use on a regular basis. So when choosing a drone, that's definitely something very important to consider. Another feature that some people find very important is the ability to shoot in a flat color profile. That allows you to go in and do your own grading in post. For some people, that's not important at all. They just want to shoot in auto and get the content that they want to get. The Mavic Air 2 has a much more robust build. Just by holding it, you can feel the weight to it. You can feel that the materials are a little bit higher quality. That extra weight does help it perform better in the wind. The DJI Mini 2 does perform a little bit better in the wind than the original Mavic Mini, but definitely not as good as the Mavic Air 2. Now, the funny thing is, however, if you go to the spec sheet on the DJI website, both are rated at stage 5 wind resistance, so on paper they should be able to handle wind the same. But just with my experience from flying these drones, definitely the Mavic Air 2 handles the wind better. The Mavic Air 2 also flies faster. It's capable of speeds of 19 meters per second, whereas the DJI Mini 2 is only capable of 16 meters per second. It's not a huge difference, but a difference nonetheless. The The Mavic Air 2 is also able to operate in colder temperatures. It's rated to operate down to -10 degrees Celsius. The DJI Mavic Mini is only rated to operate at 0 degrees. On paper, you get a few extra minutes of flight time with the Mavic Air 2. The battery is rated at 34 minutes compared to 31 minutes of the DJI Mini 2. Now again, that's on paper. I haven't actually tested that to see which one you can actually have in the air longer, but definitely something to keep in mind. The Mavic Air 2 also has quick release propellers. That makes changing your propellers out in the field if you happen to damage one a lot easier. With the DJI Mini 2, each propeller is held in with a screw, and you have to make sure you have a screwdriver with you because each one has to be screwed in individually. And speaking from experience, doing that out in the field can be a real pain. The Mavic Air 2 has 8 gigabytes of built-in internal storage, so if you happen to run out of space on a memory card or you forget your memory card, you can still capture some content. The DJI Mini 2 does not have that feature. The Mavic Air 2 also has much better photo capabilities. Even though the photo capabilities of the Mini 2 have been greatly improved, the Mavic Air 2 is still your better choice if you're buying it primarily for photography. With it, you have the option of 48 megapixel photos, you have smart photo, you have HDR photos, you can do HDR panoramas. It's just all around a great tool for photographers. And that goes for bracketed photos. You can take bracketed photos with the DJI Mini 2, but it only allows you to capture 3 different exposures. With the Mavic Air 2, you can capture 5 different exposures. So yeah, folks, those are the main differences of the Mavic Air 2 and the DJI Mini 2. Now, there probably are a few points that I forgot. If you think of anything, leave them down below in the comments. Anything that would be helpful to somebody who's maybe in the market for purchasing a drone. So as stated, as you can see on paper, the Mavic Air 2 is far superior, but that doesn't mean it's the right choice for you. I want to thank you for watching. Hopefully you found this video informative and got some value out of it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.